The Battle of Thermopylae. Do you know of the famous Battle of Thermopylae in 480 BC between the Greeks and Persians? Xerxes, the king of Persia, modern-day Iran, invaded Greece. Sparta and some other Greek cities sent soldiers to stop the Persians. A small number of brave Greek warriors fought against Xerxes and his big army. The story goes that 300 Spartan soldiers held the narrow pass of Thermopylae against 100,000 Persians for 3 days. They all died. The truth is a little different, though. There were really about 5,000 Greek soldiers there until the last day. A sea battle near Thermopylae. The soldiers of Sparta had the best army in Greece, but the people from Athens had the best navy. The Athenians fought a sea battle against the Persians at the same time the Spartans fought at Thermopylae. When the Greek soldiers lost at Thermopylae, the Greek navy had to pull back. The Greek fleet of ships moved to a narrow area of water called the Straits of Salamis. Because it was narrow, it was a good place for a small fleet to fight a big one. However, because the army and navy had to move back, the Persians were able to take Athens. Fight or give up. The Greek army had been beaten at Thermopylae. Now only the small Greek navy waiting at Salamis could prevent the Persians from conquering Greece. If the Greek navy could beat the Persians at Salamis, the Persian army would have to leave Greece and go home. If the Persians won, they could take all the cities in Greece. However, the Greek navy was running out of food. They had to beat the Persians in a battle soon or give up. So the Greek leader, Themistocles, fooled the Persians into attacking them. The trick. Themistocles sent a slave as an informer. The man tricked Xerxes by saying that the Greeks couldn't agree and would flee during the night. Xerxes and all his commanders wanted to attack, except one, Queen Artemisia, his only female captain. She said that the Greeks could not get away and were running out of food. She did not think that attacking them was necessary. Xerxes Decides. Xerxes, however, did not want to wait. He said that the Persians would win. He ordered his fleet to attack as he watched from a hill. Xerxes wanted to see how well his captains did. The Persian fleet versus the Greek fleet. The powerful Persian fleet moved toward the small Greek fleet. The Persian fleet had about 800 ships from many countries, including Phoenicia and Egypt. The Greeks only had about 370 ships. Could the smaller Greek navy win this big battle? Similarities and differences. Both sides had very similar ships called triremes. These ships had 3 rows of oars on each side to move through the water quickly. A powerful ram on the front could be used to smash into an enemy ship and sink it. The Persians were better sailors than the Greeks, but they came from all parts of the Persian Empire. They spoke different languages. The Greeks, however, were united. They fought to defend their homes and families. The battle begins. At first, the Persian ships raced toward the Greeks, knowing their god-king was watching. The Greeks had their ships in a U-shape across the strait with nowhere to escape. As the Persians rushed toward the Greek ships rowed backwards. The narrow straits of Salamis helped the Greeks. Because there were so many more Persian ships, they did not have much space to move. The Greek ships had more space and were able to hit some of the Persian ships with their rams. They hit so hard that the first line of Persian ships was pushed back into the second line. Confusion. The Persian ships got stuck in all the damaged ships around them. The Greeks kept ramming. The Persian ships tried to move back, but they just hit other ships rushing forward. Everything was so close together that soldiers fought with arrows and swords as if they were on land. Many ships sank. It was soon clear that the Persians had lost. The battle ends. The Greeks sank at least 200 Persian ships, but lost only about 40 of their own ships. There were many dead. Most of the Greeks could swim, but many Persians drowned because they could not swim. Xerxes saw it all from his hilltop. The surviving Persian ships sailed away. Greece is saved. The Persians lost the battle, but they were not quite finished. The next year, they decided to try to attack Greece again. But waiting had given the Greeks time to repair their ships and make their army stronger. There were battles at both Plataea and Mycale, but the Greeks won. The threat was finally over. Greece was saved. Why Salamis was important. The Battle of Thermopylae is the most famous Greek battle, but the Battle of Salamis was far more important. That victory kept Greece from becoming a part of the Persian Empire. How different the West would be now if the Greeks had not won.